So both teams, of course, decked out in their dark uniforms, and officials for today's game, Seb Bedoin is the crew chief. He's working with Mac Abbott and Mark Smith, if that really is his real name. Head coaches, it's a bit of a substitute crew. It'll be Derek Campbell and Brett McCauley as co-head coaches. Craig Cowan will be handling the door. And for the Bears, it is 8th season Ron Mouser-Henry, his assistant, Clancy Alms. So pardon the black on black. Of course, it'll be the Express with the black with the yellow trim. The Ohsweken Bears black with the maroon or purple trim. And opening possession belonged to the Express, but now it is the Bears riding the other way with their first offensive possession. Josh Sanchez work it to Eddie Renault. Swing it around to that right side. Renault will get it back, kick it in the mix as well is Kyle Baker. Swing over Renault. Has his stick taken away by Penn Estrat. 10 on the shot clock. Baker weaving, kicks it back over. That shot going to go far and wide by John Harrington as shot clock violation. So a good defensive hold for the Brampton Express, coming in with a very impressive 7-3 record. They have won 5 straight games, including a big win, the first loss of the season for the defending champion Whitby Steelhawks. We'll get to some earlier scores this week, week 11. Right now, back to it here as the Bears into the offensive end, and they'll slow things up. Thomas Richardson working on that left side. Lucas Beaver out there as well. Filtering out there late is John Perry Smith. Chris Atwood working it. Can't find that pass as it ricochets off the boards, and the Express now will tiptoe over the line. Duncan Carte or Cart with the extra E to work out there as well. Curtis Ward, one of the leading scorers, and Jacob Janke working alongside Jake McNabb. McNabb shot, that one right on. Stopped there by Forbes. Quick outlet pass, looking up ahead to Nolan Ruddy, the big man, trying to run that down. That one gets kicked away, picked up though, and a good job by Sanchez. He'll try and round that crease area, look for some help, swims to create some space, kicks it out to Renault. Renault following, wait, big shot, Harrington. Easy save made by Sprents. That quick outlet pass, one bounce. Penn Estrat ducks back in. Estrat, wrong side, backhand. Great save, Forbes. Rebound picked up as the Bears now will trot it over the timeline, and it's Harrington. Good fast-paced start to this one here. Looking down low to Atwood. He's going to try to battle for it, and he comes away with that loose ball. Skip across. Not able to handle that was Perry Smith. That pass was on the money. 2-on-1. Trevor McDonald through 3. Dips in, dips right back out, and he'll flip and do a good job staying out there. Brings it to the left side. Has another defender chase him. Kicks it back out. Janke swinging across to McNabb. McNabb has some room. McNabb sidearm off the post. Rebound picked up. Ward keeps it on this side of the line. They'll work with 20 more. Reset. Express. McNabb. Swing around. Almost picked off. Ward goes to the sidearm. So how about Curtis Ward? He stays hot. Opening the scoring. That's his 26th goal of the season. First here today. 1-0 lead for the Express. Just a good shot from Ward. Changed the angle as dipped down and went to the bounce shot from the side. A tough one for any netminder to stop. You look at these Ohsweken Bears coming with a 1-9 record. Their last game, it was a 24-12 loss to the Whitby Steelhawks. Come in averaging just 10 goals per game. And when you look at the flip side of things, Brampton, one of the league leaders, averaging 17 goals per game. Brampton's last win, 18-7 over the Toronto Monarchs. And we're just waiting to see what is transpiring here. We'll take a quick break and we'll be right back. So as we're set to go again, just had some technical issues that needed to be rectified, and they are now. 11:35 to play here in this opening quarter. In case you missed it, it was the Toronto Monarchs, 16-10 winners over the Oshawa Outlaws. That on Friday. Yesterday's doubleheader at Children's Arena in Oshawa. Six Nations Snipers, 69 winners over the Peterborough Timbermen. And the Whitby Steelhawks continued their role as they have only lost one game, 23-10 winners over the Paris River Wolves. Off the draw, Nate Jones will find Janke, and the Express will go back to work on offense. Working around to that left side. Big shot, and that one stick knocked that down, so never found its way through Lucas Ferreira. And now the Bears trying to work it over the timeline, and that's an 8-second call. So Joseph Laforme not able to get it over. And now Brampton will regain possession here and go right back to work. Zach Sutherland, he has been outstanding this season. The entire Brampton offense has been pinpoint as far as getting the job done, executing. McNabb tried to sneak one around a defender. That one's going to hop into the Ohsweken bench, and possession will roll the other way to the Bears. Trying right off the bat in transition, but nothing doing there was Portelli. And now setting things up, it'll be Janke. Ferreira out there. And Janke now on the right, isolated, screen, no roll there. Ward trying to duck in, gets wrapped up, has that one knocked away. Janke tries to get on that rebound. Good save made there by Forbes. His outlet pass had a man. Will play a two-hopper, and Connor Boss dumps it off. Kicked way back out. Colton Paget, he'll flip. Perry Smith swinging around to the right. Atwood looking down low. Perry Smith, that's a good save made there by Sprents. Another backhand try. Just went off the pad. Trevor McDonald picked that up. McDonald to McDonald. No relation, of course, and the Express now in the offensive end. 9.5 to go here, opening quarter. McNabb, he'll survey the situation. Ward out late. Dumps it in. Ferreira wasn't expecting that. And that's going to be a back-in call. We'll give possession right back to the Express. Like the way head coach Ron Mouser Henry has got his team motivated and ready to go despite their record. He seems to have these guys bought in. Good save made there by Forbes. Another one as Sutherland was in tight. McNabb now on the 22nd reset. Trying to shed a defender. Ruddy on him. Goes to the sidearm again. Forbes laying all over that. Does a good job to keep it from going over the goal line. Bears now. Quick pass, and in their generous nature, give it right back. Portelli got a stick on it, but not taking good enough care of that ball. As Labar now over the timeline. He'll dump it off, and Estrat will set the offense here. Penn Estrat, of course, instrumental both in the offensive zone and transition. One of the best in the Arenalacrosseleague. Ward, good job there. Defended very well, and Nicholas D'Amico getting it done. Now again, Bears trying to hustle to get over the timeline. They do. So a chance now to set things up with Renault. Renault will scamper to some free area. Andrew Horsley on him. Kick back out. Atwood shot right on. And it sneaks through. So Chris Atwood got enough on that one to sneak that one past Sprents. And we got a tie game 1-1. Atwood's first of the game, 9th of the season. Remember, traded a few weeks ago from the Oshawa Outlaws and still sort of trying to carve and find a comfort zone with these Bears, and I think he has found that now. Seems to be in a better place. Off the jaw, Jonah Bean battling in there for the Express. Good job by Marshall Stevens as the Bears with possession now. They'll kick it way back out, Portelli. Stephen Portelli, another, I won't say new member, but different look this year for him in a Bears uniform. Harrington, one-on-one, got the size advantage on Matthews. Harrington wide of the mark. Ball loose, Portelli does a good job, no reset. 5, going for the dunk attempt, and it's Lucas Beaver, but he ran out of room, and with 7:21 to go, opening quarter, that will take us to our first officials timeout. Just about ready to resume after our officials timeout. Be easy to say on paper that this was going to be a lopsided affair, but if you've spent any time keeping an eye on the Arena Lacrosse League, you know that every week is different. A good job by Curtis Ward to get it into the offensive end, and he'll work it across. Now they'll set it up down with Gavin Tebow. Swing across, but that's picked off. Bears now with a chance in transition. On the move. D'Amico had that one scampered. Atwood does a great job to hustle to get it, sends it back out. Renault makes sure on the short hop. D'Amico stays out there on that left side. Renault had a notion, swing it across, gets a screen. Can't shed a defender though. Good rotation by the Express. That one played Karam nicely. What a save by Sprents. Point blank. And Sprents standing tall. DeLille will send it ahead. Tough one goes off the back of the official, and that's going to be an over and back call. Belongs to the Bears. Ruddy, the big man, going to try to take advantage of his size. Dumps it out, and Merry Christmas. Everyone seems to be giving gifts here, as now Nate Jones will run that down. The Express now deep in the offensive end. McNabb, he'll swing it across. Janke looking for a screen. Tried to turn the corner. Couldn't. Kick back. McNabb plays the carom. Has it knocked out of his stick. Got some room. That one steered aside. So that'll be a out of play. And possession will belong to Lucas Beaver and the Bears. We're under 6 minutes to go. Opening quarter. Tied at 1. Good job just to sneak that one across the timeline. Perry Smith. Dump it over, looking down low. Not sure who that pass was to, but it was picked up by Sprents. He'll look for an outlet. Finds one in Beam. Portelli's going to hound him just a bit. And Estrat now looking to attack. McNabb wasn't expecting the pass. Instead, that rebound picked up by Paget. And Paget now will stride over the timeline. Paget, numbers now for the Bears. Dumps it down low. Quick stick right on, stopped by Sprents. Had a little more time there. And coming out of that scrum, here come the Express. But Renault knocks that one down. Good job defensively. Bears fighting for it. And instead, Brampton wins that battle. Colin Matthews now will pull it out, reset the offense. Madero swings it across. They'll work it to Ward. Inside to Matthews. Tough pass to handle. That was like making a pass in a closet, and we're about to have our first penalty of the game. It's going to be a slashing call. Looks like it's going to go to the Bears. So Heron Snow, the guilty party. Brampton comes in as the most lethal power play unit in the Arena Lacrosse League. Very close to 100%. Why? Because Jake McNabb at the top working with Sutherland. Tebow's out there as well on that left side. Ferreira joins him in that shooter spot. Janke down low. Diagram pass, kicked around, out. Sutherland tried to go 5-hole. Good job by Forbes. Ruddy now sends it away. And a chance here. Connor Boss pulls it back out. Time more valuable. Harrington has a little bit of room. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Looking to work down and trim some time off that penalty. Atwood. Sanchez. 2 on the shot clock. Sanchez. He's going to work it and then leave it. Good job by Josh Sanchez to kill some valuable seconds. And now here comes Jones, and he'll flip. Ward will set things up with a minute left in the power play. Usual suspects out there. Same power play unit from the first set. Sutherland looking to gap the box. He'll swing it around, give Janke a touch. McNabb has room. Goes to the sidearm again. Good save, Forbes. Rebound. Still loose and picked up Janke. Fresh 20 for the Express. 35 seconds left in the power play. McNabb has all kind of room. Changed the angle. Went off the crossbar and out of play. So it'll be a fresh 20 for the Express now. 27 seconds left in the man advantage. McNabb switches over from the top. Works to the shooter. Ward had that one knocked down. Regained it. McNabb, that's his spot. Rings it up the same spot on the crossbar. Same result. So 20 more. 15 left in the penalty. You can just see Jake McNabb getting that scope fine-tuned. He's rung 2 off the bar and finds the back of the net. So you just seen it coming as he was sizing things up as he picks up his first of this game, and it's a 2-1 lead. Jake McNabb has been lethal, 26th goal of the season. And when I tell you that that Brampton power play has been the difference, you can see why. Just on that set alone, 2 crossbars and a goal from McNabb gives you an idea what the opposition has to deal with. 2:42 to play here in this first quarter. Both goaltenders have been solid between the pipes here in the early going. Off the draw, Matthews. Great job to scoop it to himself. Forgot it, overran it, and ball still loose right in front of that Bears bench. Still loose. Labar fishes it out. Dumps it down low. Janke, point blank, beauty move. Jacob Janke gets the job done for the Express. It's 3-1. So you give Janke the credit for his first of the game. He's got 19 on the season. But I'll tell you, the real work was done by Noah Labar on the boards to fish it out of that scrum and find a wide-open Janke on the doorstep. Off the draw, Harrington, great job as he goes by 2 defenders. Harrington thinks better of it and looks now with Estrad on him. Swing across. Baker's shot, bounced too much on it. Going to have to work hard, does, keeps it over the timeline, but Brampton following that up, but it's Estrad. And looks like we're going to have potentially, I'm not sure if you're talking coincidental minors or if you're talking a double penalty. We'll wait and see what Mac Daddy Abbott's called. So Perry Smith going and Trevor McDonald going. And it looks like a slash and a slash. So coincidental minors will give no one a power play. And teams will play 4-on-4. So lots of room out there to work. Gets a step and big save made by Forbes as Ward blew by a defender. And we've seen that often enough this season. Chance now for the Bears to answer. Trailing by a couple as we've got a minute and a half to go here in this opening frame. Snow trying to duck in. He's bounced back out with 10 on the shot clock. Swims his way in. Shovel inside. Addy Atwood getting it done again. So a great shovel pass lands in the stick of Chris Atwood. He buries his second of the game, and it's 3-2. Funny enough, Atwood and Snow were doing a little individual catch playing prior to the game, and you can see there a little bit of chemistry, as that was a tough shovel pass to handle in traffic right on the doorstep, and Atwood with the quick hands scooped it and buried it in the blink of an eye. Off the draw. Chance now Harrington, if he can scoop it cleanly, he does. He'll look now. Estrad on him. He'll curl back out and get it to Portelli. He'll set it up now as we're into the final minute. Just over a minute left in the coincidental minors. Harrington one-on-one. Blows by Estrad. Great save there, Sprents. Rebound. Sanchez swims his way in. Sanchez tried to go down but stopped by Sprents. So a couple bullets dodged by Brampton now, and they'll bring it back over the timeline. 40 seconds left in the quarter. Janke has some room. Skips it across. Ferreira. Sutherland. He's going to take that right on. Forbes can't collect the rebound. Costello can. He'll send it up. And now the Bears will look to move it up into the offensive end. Colton Paget will flip and retreat. Looks like net's empty now. Final 12 seconds here. Shot clock and game clock right on. Atwood sends it over. That one too long to develop from Richardson. Atwood will collect it, and that will be it. The opening 15 minutes. 3-2 for the Express. Back at it for a second quarter action. Off the draw, Noah Labar doing another good job picking that up, gets a double team and still fights his way through, and after being tackled, it's Sunday, but it's not NFL Sunday, and he's taken down by Sanchez. Possession belongs to the Express now. Working in the other direction here for quarter number 2. Ward looking for the screen, skips it across. Janke will dump it down. Sutherland, he'll bring it back up top. Ward ducks in. Twister pass. That one just wide of the mark. Janke couldn't find that far corner. Tracked down by Ward. 2 on the shot clock. Got to hurry here, and the Bears will pick it up. Good stand defensively. And now they'll set things up. Paget will work it. Atwood. He'll dump it down low and get it back. That try from Lucas Beaver as he took a hit from behind, and that's going to be a penalty as Trevor McDonald's going to head off and give the Ohsweken Bears their first power play opportunity of the game. Of course, I mentioned off the top, these Bears have dropped their last 2 games and looking for something to build on here. Put together a solid first 15 minutes, and now Eddie Renault will be at the top. Out there as well as Atwood, Portelli on that right side, Perry Smith and Lucas Beaver on the left. Perry Smith goes with overhand. That never found its way through. He'll track it down, no reset. He'll look to exploit the mismatch. Kick back out Renault. Dump back in. Atwood was on the run. Portelli will bail him out. 10 on the shot clock. Skip pass. Perry Smith well wide of the mark. Portelli tracks it. Shot clock dying down. Perry Smith certainly not shy at all as Estrad will pick it up off the boards in the offensive end now and look to eat away some of this penalty to McDonald. McNabb has a couple defenders on him. 10 on the shot clock. McNabb will tiptoe backwards. Look. Get a late screen. Turn the corner. That's a shot right on, as he usually is once that scope is set. And a good save made by Forbes will send away the Bears. 45 seconds left in the man advantage. Renault. Harrington That one again knocked down. Lucas Beaver trying to fish that one out. And trying to get it knocked away, getting worked over hard in that corner, get some backup, but Beaver's going to scoop it late, and that one goes off the side of the net. So no reset, and possession belongs to Brampton. Janke will bring it over the timeline with 15 seconds to burn now. And Brampton will set this one up, hold on to it, let the clock tick down. 3-2 in favor of the Express here, 12 minutes to go in this first half. Ward to work with 5 on the shot clock. Ward had it pop out of his pocket. He'll leave it, and it'll belong to the Bears. So teams now back to even strength. And Ohsweken will work it over the timeline. Backdoor, find Atwood. Atwood will scoot over to that right side. That's his spot. Skip it back. Baker looking for some room. That one's tipped away, and a race for it. Cart with the extra E all over it. Finds Matthews, the speedster. He'll pull it right back out. Good transition defense by the Bears. And now Brampton will set things up with Gavin Tebow. Him and Matthews, two-man game. Skip across, Sutherland. Sutherland lets it go off the crossbar. Karam goes up. Good job by Baker. He's going to loft it up. And it's going to be Sanchez. Sanchez, what a save by Sprents. Read that one like a novel as got out the right glove. Chance the other way. Tebow, in alone, he buries it. So you talk about a big save at one end and a finish at the other. Gavin Tebow picks up his first of the game, 11th of the season. And it's 4-2. I don't have to remind anyone that watched the Four Nations Cup, Canada, United States in the final, about a goaltender making a big save at one end and that leading to a big goal at the other, and certainly that same scenario here, only on the carpet. Off the draw, Beam and Stevens. And Lucas Beaver, I don't know how, on the carpet, but instead it's going to be Estrat. Estrat goes to the far side. McDonald had to rebound, but it popped loose, and the Bears. So we'll see if they can take a big save at one end and counter at the other. Trailing up the middle off the crossbar. So Harrington put a little zip on that one, but came up with metal only, as we are now at the 10-minute mark here, second quarter. Portelli gets a screen. Him and Baker working that right side. Dump down low. Perry Smith just trying to get it in there as hard as he can. That one out of play, so a fresh 20. Baker. That one blocked. And I tell you, this Brampton Express defense, they specialize in getting a stick or a body in that lane, as that one by Jonah Beam, just a little excessive on Portelli, will give the Bears possession. Perry Smith ducks in. Again, this time not able to find the mark, but certainly not shy about taking shots. Horsley now will counter the other way. Janke, he'll reverse pivot, and they'll work it now over to that right side with McNabb. McNabb puts on the brakes, swings it around. Janke, big first step, diving, great save. Forbes and McNabb with the finishing touch. You can only ask your goaltender to make the first one, then the second one, but not the third. And that was the case there, as Jake McNabb on the money for the second time today. Certainly can't pin anything on Sam Forbes. He standing tall there, but not getting a whole lot of help from his defense. as they're just getting outworked right now in the loose ball category, and rolling that one there to nobody, gave it right back to Matthews. Colin Matthews on the run. McDonald, Trevor will slow it down, and Estrat will swing it across. Janke working it to McNabb. He'll kick it back out. Jones out there now. 5 on the shot clock. Ward gonna have to work. Ward gets a step on the run. Wide about rebound. Janke, and that's gonna be a shot clock violation. And the Bears now will look to move it up. Bad outlet pass, and good job on the recovery by Boss. And now Atwood. So these Bears need a little momentum here. Atwood to flip back. Boss shot steered aside by Sprents. Atwood will track down the loose ball, kick it back out. Him and Boss working well together. Swing across Harrington. Harrington on the run. That one's stopped by Sprents right on. Labar looking for an outlet, finds one in McDonald. McDonald now. No numbers for the Express. Good transition defense by the Bears. Brampton now will set things up with Tebow. Tebow isolated. Harrington on him. Waits. Finds Searle. He'll swing it. Sutherland. Good hesitation. That one right on, and it slips through. So Zach Sutherland on the board for the first time in this game. 23rd of the season. And that's a tough one for Forbes, who has stopped some more difficult shots already in this game. Sure he'd like to have that one back. So the Bears going to have to clean a few things up. They've been erring on some outlet passes and some of the fundamentals, getting outworked on these loose balls and quality of shots. When you look at where they're getting their shots from and where Brampton is, it's certainly a different story. Renault turns it over, and it's Jones. Jones and Janke on the run. Jones jumps in the rush. That one, good job on the back check, on the stick check now, and Jones on the curl. Jones goes to the shot. Good save there by Forbes, and a quick outlet pass. Here come the Bears. That shot right on. Battle for it again. This time it's Lucas Beaver. He'll flip, and they'll reset with Sanchez. 1-on-1. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Hesitation and turning that corner, but was Braden Smith. Good job collecting the rebound. Baker has room. That one again, good pad save, but everything from the Bears coming from way outside. Beaver shoveled, being held there, and that's going to be a penalty as Ruddy gets it right on. And so it looks like a couple of face masks, and probably going to see both players either ejected, a penalty for sure, as with 6:17 to play in this first half. That's going to take us to our officials' timeout. So as we get ready to resume, it looks like the extra penalty is going to go to the Express, giving the Bears their second power play opportunity. So it's two face masks on a retaliation. The original penalty was a hold, and it was going to Duncan Carte with the extra E. And now the Bears have a chance here to settle in, trailing by 4. Atwood, and had that one partially deflected and off the stick of Perry Smith and out of play. So Atwood hasn't been able to find anything from outside, but's done a good job in the interior. His 2 goals, though, both scored inside that dotted half circle. Seems like the last time this Ohsweken team's had a shot, a high percentage shot. And Sutherland now is going to work it. He'll work 1-on-1. Good stick check there as Forbes cut down the angle. Snow now will move it up, and here comes Sanchez. So minute 10 to go in the power play here. And with under 5.5 to go in the second, Renault, that one stopped. Renault picks up the rebound, fresh 20. Atwood swinging, he's at the top. Portelli tried to go far side. Rebound again, Bears. So getting some good shots, but tell you, Dylan Sprents has been outstanding. Atwood right on. Sprents falls back but keeps that out. And now Brampton, a quick pass, sends away Janke. So you need good goaltending in this league, and these Express have got it between Dylan Sprents and Devlin Shanahan. That combination, throw in Cole Gervais on occasion, and they have just been the difference and the reason why this Express team sits in sole possession of second place. Looking down low, Ward. Ball loose, Sanchez going to jump on it now, 15 seconds left in the power play. He gets chased down by McDonald. He'll curl out. Portelli. Work it across. Beaver. Renault. Inside Portelli. And he finds the mark on a quick stick release. So that's the way to change it up. But you see inside that dotted half circle what a difference it makes in the quality of shots. And finally they beat Sprents at 6-3. So a power play goal for Portelli. His first of the game, much needed. Each team has a power play goal in this one. And the deficit now cut in half, 6-3. Off the draw, in full flight, Janke. He'll curl, change direction, and get it over the timeline. Matthews. Janke's got some room, ducks in, gets a shot wide of the mark. Matthews will pick it up, no reset. Looking back, Ferreira swings it, Sutherland. Had that one stopped by Forbes. Forbes a quick outlet pass. Chance now for the Bears to get back some momentum here. Boss into some trouble, gets it back out. Good job by McDonald. Card in there, bounces off one, but instead it lands in the hands of the Bears. Or the paws, whichever you want. Baker has room. Perry Smith hasn't been able to find the mark at all as Sprents has had his number. And now the other way is Neil Adamson. Sutherland ducks in. Sutherland just missed that far corner. Ward's going to bail him out. No reset on the play. Looking inside to Searle. McNabb on to Karam. Has a defender in Sanchez all over him. Skips it across Tebow. Tebow goes for the dunk and ran out of time. And the Bears now jump on it and go into transition. Sanchez will slow it up as they'll wait for the offensive unit to get out there. Renault. Portelli. Inside. They've been trying to get Perry Smith going here. He hasn't been able to find the mark. Renault leans on one. Renault ducks in. Renault twister steered aside by Sprents. Ball still loose. Renault fighting for it. Comes away with it. Kick out. Atwood changed the angle. Another big save by Sprents. Good outlet pass. Trevor McDonald, one hand. Atwood on him. And he'll put on the brakes. And stop, drop, and set up shop right there as we creep toward the 2-minute warning. Ferreira looking inside, had Sutherland, couldn't find that cradle cleanly. Instead now a good job by Harrington to work it up. Gonna have to hurry, has a good job to knock it ahead, but goes right to Adamson, and Bears, even though they stand tall on D, not able to get an offensive possession out of it. Beam. He'll head to the bench. They'll work it with Jones. Searle swinging across McNabb. Looked like he was headed to do something before he had it cleanly. Gets chopped down. Searle. He'll let that go well wide of the mark. Good job, Janke. Down low. Shovel. Try by Jones, and Tebow tried to pick him up. And instead now the Bears will counter. Ferreira. Braden Smith. My bad there, as we're into the final minute here of the first half. Portelli wrong stick side from well out. Like I said, you got to move it a little closer than that. You're going to beat sprints. And now McDonald. Thomas McDonald will retreat and give way to Jeremy Searle. Searle will look. 15 on the shot clock. McNabb. That one blocked. Ball loose. And again, Brampton digging for it hard. 5 on the shot clock. Searle came away with it. Baker, some great stick work, and that's going to be a shot clock violation and will belong to the Ohsweken Bears. So a timeout called with 19 seconds left. We will take a quick break, see what Ron Mouser Henry draws up for the Bears. So back for the final possession here of this first half. 3-goal deficit as the Express going to look to hold on here. We'll see what Clancy Elms has drawn up for this Bears offense. So Perry Smith will leg it over. Shot clock off. Game clock now at 10. Got to go to work. Don't have a whole lot of time. Beam harassing, extending the defense. And that one's turned over. So with 1.7 seconds left, Express are going to try to go for it all. And that one wide of the mark. 30 minutes have rolled on by. 6-3 game in favor of the Express. Locked and loaded as we are set to go for this third quarter. A 3-goal lead for the Brampton Express, trying to extend their winning streak to 6 games, as they've come into this one with a 7-3 record and have currently won their last 5. These Bears came off a win, their first of the season against the Oshawa Outlaws, has since dropped their last 2, including a 24-12 loss to the defending champs last week. Just to go over some scores from earlier in Week 11, Toronto Monarchs over the Oshawa Outlaws, 16-10 the final there, as Toronto gets back on track. Oshawa still sort of riding that roller coaster ride. Six Nations Snipers rolled into Oshawa yesterday, Saturday, and came away with a 16-9 win over the Peterborough Timbermen. And in what we had as the feature matchup of Week 11, the Paris Riverwolves and the Whitby Steelhawks, it was a convincing 23-10 win for the defending champion Steelhawks. So you are caught up right here. Brampton trying to keep pace and continue to own that second spot in the standings, as off the draw, they're going to do a redraw. So far, if we had to sum this game up, it would be the shooting percentage and where the shots are being shot from has been the difference. The Express have been in tight and all over Forbes with good high-quality shots. The Bears have struggled. Their 3 goals have come inside that dotted half circle, but they've had a whole lot of shots from way out that have been handled neatly by sprints. Off the bat, Labar working over Sanchez, and Trevor McDonald speeds his way to loose ball. Sanchez not impressed with the no call, and now McDonald to Sutherland. Sutherland finds Tebow. Tebow works it back out. Sutherland working it down Estrad. No look, looking for Tebow. Harrington battling in there for it. He'll scoop it up. And the Bears hold court defensively and will move it up over the timeline. Kyle Baker. Renault. Eddie Renault isolated one-on-one. Curls back out. Finds Perry Smith, see if he can get on track here. Spins back the other way. Can't hold on to it. It's taken away Medeiros. Great flip. Nate Jones going to try to run under it. And he does. Jones, great save though by Forbes. So Forbes Read that one. Great hustle by Jones, but wasn't able to find the back of the net. Renault has Medeiros on him. Can't shed him. They'll work it across to Sanchez. Sanchez going hard, diving, and he ran out of real estate. So that'll be a crease call, and it'll go back the other way. McDonald will leg it into the offensive end, wrong stick side. McNabb out there now, and they'll work it over to inside, and a chance for Ward. Searle's going to gather that with 10 on the shot clock. Ward looking for a step. Shovel back, Searle in the slot. Instead, it's knocked around and picked up by the Bears. Braden Smith doing a good job on the loose balls. Gives way now to Richardson. Richardson taking the Bears a while to get set on offense here. Baker flip back. Big shot Portelli. That one is stopped by Sprents. Fresh 20 here to work with for the Bears. Sanchez gets a screen. Fakes the shovel. Comes around. Sanchez kick back out. Perry Smith well wide of the mark. Rebound Matthews. Heads up. He can fly as he'll move in to the offensive end. No look to Estrad. Estrad on the run. Can't pocket the pass. Bears will counter. End to end we go now. Atwood. He'll slow it up. And work to Lucas Beaver. The Beav looking to get a step. Beaver's quick shot and tried to pick the short side. Atwood battling for it with Beaver. It's scooped up and coming away with it is Matthews, and best way to slow down that speedster by Big Ruddy, get a hand on him now, and it's Beam. Janke. Tebow with room, goes to the overhand bounce. So Gavin Tebow comes off the screen and finds the mark from the left shooter spot, and it's 7-3. Second of the game for Tebow. And in order to make that work, you got to get a good pass, and he did. That pass was right, perfectly placed, able to plant and let that shot go in a hurry and get enough on it to beat Forbes. Off the draw, Sanchez. And Beaver takes down McDonald. So possession will belong to the Express. And too much going on early on with Ward. And that'll give it right back as legging it hard, but not able to hang on to it was Kyron Costello. Ball loose, and Janke again comes away with it, bounces off one, works it to McNabb. No numbers for Brampton, trailing late. Ward finds Tebow, quick shot wide. McNabb scoops up to Karam, trying to roll off Snow, runs into a double team, gets it taken away. Harrington tiptoes around the crease line. Harrington on the run, got ahead of Steve going. Harrington dumps off, Atwood, no look. Eddie Renault tried to tuck it, but 5-0 closed up shop by Dylan Sprents. Express bring it back the other way. McDonald. Sutherland will set things up one-on-one. Looking to roll off the defender. Diving, and no goal the call as too much crease. And possession will belong back to the Bears. Getting close to the 10-minute mark here in this third quarter. 4-goal lead for the Brampton Express as Sanchez now. The Beaver, Lucas Beaver. Quick shot and good save by Sprents on a quick one by Beaver. Used the defender as a screen. That one looking for Jones. Jones almost corralled it. Instead it goes right to Forbes, and now it'll come back the other way with Perry Smith. Going to have to hustle a little bit more than that, and he did. Sanchez on the run, hit the post. Jonah Beam in some trouble, but he bounces off one and gets it ahead. McDonald on the fly. Trevor McDonald, one man to beat. McDonald diving, and there's going to be a penalty there, and wasn't a whole lot that Josh Sanchez could do. He thought it was clean, but took him down enough to get a call from Mac Daddy Abbott. And with that said, the Express will go to work with just their second power play opportunity of this game. So interference the call. It wasn't a tripping call. It was interference, and that was the right call to make. So that looks like, because it was a clear path, going to be a penalty shot awarded, and Curtis Ward is going to go one-on-one here with Forbes. And Ward makes good. So Ward works the down, up, down, and then finishes up as he tallies for the second time in this one. So a big goal, and that interference call with a clear path to the net is what led to the penalty shot. And a pivotal play there as that extends the Brampton lead now to 8-3. Forgot to mention, of course, on the coaching staff, of course, for the Bears, along with Ron Mouser-Henry, Clancy Elms, and, of course, Craig Wendy over there. Certainly one of the best dressed in the league. Tebow lets that one go. Too much bounce. Sanchez going to lean in now. Going to have to put on the Jets. Good shovel pass, but it finds Portelli. Portelli goes hard, and too much bounce on the ounce there. Outbounced everything, and it looked like it got partially deflected. So the reset will give them a fresh 20. So the Bears now need to get a little spark. Renault, kick out. Big shot from Harrington, stopped. Scooped up in that dotted half circle, and good job there by Harrington. Carte mixing things up in the corner, and him and Eddie Renault. And I'm pretty sure that in his 8 seasons here, I'm not sure Eddie Renault's had an actual fight, and Cart with the extra E. So the question's going to be, Renault's arguing his case, but that's certainly, if anything, you may give Cart the extra one. I think that's the case because ripping off the helmet. So Duncan Carte's gone. Renault will probably get 2 as well, so I imagine it will be a 2 and a 5 with just over 8.5 minutes to go here in this third quarter. So the Arenalacrosse League, of course, cutting down on any issues with the face masks. So there can't be an altercation. You can't grab the face mask. You can't yank the helmet off. That's being eliminated from the game as the danger factor is just too great, the risk of injury. And I think that's just a good rule put into place here. So clearly with Cart with the extra E sent to the change room, going to need to be someone put in that box. Dylan Sprentz is adjusting his gear before he hustles back in. And Brampton will have to get someone in the box. So it is going to be a 4-on-4, but that's the case. A 5-minute major. Nate Jones is going to be serving it for Cart. 2-minute minor to Eddie Renault for roughing. And to work now with the man advantage go the Bears. 1 for 2, and they cough it up. Jonah Bean in the runs. Estrat with a stride. Far side, steered aside. Bean picks up the loose ball. Takes a hit from Portelli. Portelli bodying his way in there. Good job and fishing that out. And in the crease, but Estrat almost got that. We're going to have a slashing call or a headshot roughing. And that's going to be the case. So I think what's going to happen now is that will nullify the bench, of course, with more to say, and that will immediately eliminate any power play opportunity that the Bears may have had, as Portelli will go on a double minor. So 2 for rough and 2 for talking too much. So costly penalty for the Bears, as with 8:05 left in this third, they had a chance to potentially get back in this. So you can see we're just waiting to see what goes up on the board. So it is a 4-minute. So the Bears not helping their own cause now, and 4-on-3 gives the Express another power play opportunity. Sutherland walks in and gets stopped point blank. Costello has his pocket picked. It goes up over the timeline, but Sutherland will regroup, regather, and they'll reset. McNabb has room. That's his spot. Trying to go up. Rebound Ward. He'll scoot right back out. No reset. Sutherland. Kick out McNabb. Way too close. Way too close for him. You give him that kind of time, that kind of location, and he'll bury it 9 out of 10 times, and he does. Second power play goal of the game for Brampton. Third of the game for McNabb. That gives him 28 on the season. And it's 9-3. So it was 3-2 Brampton after one, 6-3 Express at the half. And the Bears have been stuck on 3 for a while here with just under 7.5 to go in this third quarter. Off the draw, Stevens races around, gets it to Snow. Snow will play the boards, the helmet, and then finally gather it as he'll fake the flip down, go to work on the right side. Working with Kyle Baker. Snow. 4-on-4. 8 on the shot clock. Snow. Flipper inside. Baker's shot finds a mark. So beauty shovel as Heron Snow held on to that for a while. Made something happen there. Found Baker, and he found the back of the net. So no power play there as the teams were even. But a big one stops a 3-goal run by the Express. And now the deficit 5 off the draw. Stevens again. Beam, though, relentless. Fighting for it. Kicks it to himself. Gets flipped up, and Beam ends up with it. Flip back. McDonald. McDonald lets it go. Almost slips through. Good job there on the insurance by Lucas Beaver. Beaver weaves his way through, and he'll get it over the timeline, and not in time. So, and with 6:36 to go, that will take us to our officials' timeout. Back at it here as just over 2.5 minutes left in the Ohsweken penalty. 3 minutes in the major for the Express left. That chance on the bounce, too much. Ferreira can't gather his own rebound, and It'll go all the way down into the offensive end for the Bears. Atwood will inbounds. He'll look for a screen, swings it across Renault. Medeiros on him. Renault has some space, and Renault with a bit of an off speed, and he used the defender as a screen on the quick release. So Renault finally notches one here in this game, and a big one for the Bears, and it's 9-5. Renault's first, 23 on the season for the vet. Off the draw, I tell you, Stevens has been deadly in that circle. Bears are going to run it down, and they're going to have to hurry to get it over the timeline. They do. Sanchez has been busy here. Perry Smith tried to flip through the legs, but that didn't come away the way he wanted it. That ball loose, battling for it. Perry Smith knocked it down, and they'll reset now at Atwood. Still 4-on-4 for another minute and a half. Perry Smith in some trouble. Dumps it off. Sanchez going to try to bail him out. Ball loose in the corner. Manual count going, and a good job by Brampton to shield that ball, and possession now belongs to the Express. Good job by Colin Matthews, and now Janke will set up shop here. Looking for the screen. Brett Stoller on him. That goes behind the net. Karam's out, and it's picked up by the Bears. Bears looking for an outlet pass. Stoller has McNabb on him. Stoller had it knocked away, but he picks it up again. No numbers, and a good job, good decision by Brett Stoller to pull that one right out. And now they'll set things up with the big man Ruddy. Ruddy looking to exploit and use his size. Ruddy trying to split two defenders. Still has it. Gives a shot. Nolan Ruddy, relentless in that dotted half circle. Cashes in a big one. Ruddy's first of the game. And just like that, it's a 3-goal deficit with under 4.5 to go here in the third. So the Bears trying to claw their way back into this one. Jonah Beam, Marshall Stevens have been battling. They've even thrown Matthews in there too, and Stevens has dominated that circle, and he'll get it up, and they'll set things up now. D'Amico. He'll retreat to the bench. Atwood. So a little momentum now. Just 10 seconds left in the penalty. Atwood flipped too much on it. Gathered though by Sanchez. Renault. Jumping. Renault scores! Eddie Renault to the jumping bounce shot, far corner. Second of the game, second of the quarter, Eddie Renault. And it's a 9-7 game. So right now, riding some momentum are these Ohsweken Bears. So 29 seconds left now in the Brampton penalty. So the Bears are going to go to a brief power play opportunity. It'll be their fourth. They're 1 for 3. Off the draw, Stevens. And it's Trevor McDonald that comes away with it. McDonald, he'll curl right back out and find Ward. So Brampton now will be a little more deliberate. I think they'll try to let this final 15 seconds tick off. 3-second differential, shot in game. And they can get an offensive rebound. They'll kill this entire thing. So dying seconds now, and teams will be back to full strength. Zach Sutherland trying to weave his way through. Double team, split. Ball loose, and it goes over the timeline, so the Bears with a little spurt here now have an offensive possession. Under 3.5 to go. Perry Smith still has it. Loses it. Renault going to try to bail him out, and he does. Eddie Renault looking for the shovel. Finds it in Atwood. Atwood zips it across. Perry Smith wrapped up tight, and I think that Perry Smith tried to embellish that play, and instead he's going to go for holding the stick. And right on that was Seb Bedoin, and Perry Smith frustrated, I think, on the game overall. But holding the stick and then a soccer dive probably isn't going to help your cause with under 3 minutes to go. It will send Brampton to another power play. It'll be their fourth of the game. They are 2 for 3 with a man advantage. So just when the Bears trying to get some momentum going here, they're back in the box. McNabb changes the angle. McNabb tried to go through a defender. Great save there as D'Amico. No reset 10. Sutherland bouncer stop. Rebound Janke. And another good save in the pad of Forbes. So the Bears dodge a bullet there. Looking to get it up. Harrington is going to have to hustle. Going to have to get the Jets going, and he does. Harrington has a head of steam. Dumps it down low. Give a go. Beaver's shot stop. Ball loose. Picked up by Portelli. Portelli wrapped up. Rolls through. Splits two. Gets a shot off on while laying on his back. Sprints the save. And now Brampton will bring it the other way with Janke. 2 minutes to go here, third quarter. 2-goal game. Ward lets it go right on Forbes. Forbes now will look for an outlet, finds one. Costello going to have to get on his horse. Snow. Bounce one. What a beauty. Karam. And a chance now for the Bears. I don't know if Snow planned that, but that was pretty nifty. Renault on the cut. Renault. Underhand. Stopped by Sprents. Picked up by Baker. Fresh 20 for the Bears. Baker. Renault. 25 seconds left now in the Bears penalty. 8 on the shot clock. Baker rolls that one in the corner. Good job by Sanchez, still figuring in the mix to slow things up. Matthews will bring it over the timeline. He'll flip. Here come the Express. Dying seconds now, the power play. Searle finds the mark. So a two-man game with Searle and McNabb, and Searle bulges the twine with 56.8 seconds left here in the third. Another power play goal in the late seconds. First of the game for Searle, and we're into the final minute here. Brampton with possession. Sutherland looking for a screen. Changes course, zips it across. Ward. He'll curl out, can't find the mark, and that pass goes awry. 5 on the shot clock. Tebow, his shot wide of the mark. And possession will belong to the Bears now. So Forbes will head to the bench. 20 seconds to go here in this quarter. Express extending the deep. Baker kicks it back out, looking for Renault. Net empty at the Ohsweken end. Baker zips. Quick shot from Beaver. Beaver's going to try to retrieve it. He does. Diving! Net knocked off. No goal. And Labar is going to ring it off the top. And I'm not sure, they won't put any time back on the clock, so 3 quarters are in the books here at the ILA. 10-7, Brampton. Fasten your seatbelt as we get set for the fourth quarter. Just to take a look ahead at Week 12 in the Arenalacrosse League, this Brampton Express team will be in action Saturday at Children's Arena against the Peterborough Timbermen. That game will be followed by the Whitby Steelhawks and Oshawa Outlaws. On Sunday, 2 more right back here at the ILA, Toronto against Ohsweken, Six Nations against Paris. We got a good one going here, 3-goal lead as the Bears rallied in that third quarter, trying to counter the Express. Ward from way out. That shot never found its way through. Battle going on in that corner. Scooped up. Janke on the run, and that one handled easily by Beaver and company in the crease area. Now it's Sanchez. So we'll see here what the Bears can do. Sanchez will curl out, get it to Atwood. Atwood finds a man streaking through. That shot a hard one, but stopped by Sprents, and now Matthews ducks by a couple defenders, gets it to McDonald. Jumping into rush, Medeiros. McDonald, he's going to let it go. Stopped there by Forbes. Rebound loose. Sanchez, great job. Going to be a delayed penalty on a high stick. And slashing's going to be the call, and that is a good call by Seb Bedoin, and it will give the Bears their 5th power play opportunity. 1 for 4 coming in to this quarter, so Bears will be looking to trim this lead. It would close the gap, the closest they've been since the opening quarter. So Atwood's going to be at the top. Portelli and Baker on the right side. Renault and Harrington on the left. On the interchange, Renault. Atwood hasn't been able to get it. Got that one on. No, Baker almost fished it out. Still loose. Baker, great job to knock it back. And that's going to be another penalty, and Labar's going to go for sure. That's an easy call for the officials right there, and a legal cross-check in the back. So it'll be a 5-on-3 scenario, and Labar better make a little bit more of an effort to get to that penalty box, as not quite sure what he could be saying or justifying. That's an easy call for Mac Abbott and company. So Snow now is going to play safety. Portelli in there, Renault, Atwood, and Harrington. Trying to go to work here. Portelli. Atwood tried to fish it 5-hole, and he did. So Chris Atwood tallies on the power play again. That's his 3rd goal of the game, a big one, and it's 10-8. So more importantly than the goal is the fact that there's still 1 minute 48 seconds left now in this Ohsweken power play. If they can somehow capitalize twice, that could be the momentum shift that they need. So the Bears, with the late surge in the third, carry that over, pick up the first one here in this quarter, now have possession with Sanchez and the man advantage. So they'll make some personnel changes. Atwood will come back out with Portelli. They'll filter out to the right, and Renault will slip into that top spot, then back to the left shooter. Harrington stays put on the crease. Beam with some good pressure. 6 on the shot clock. Portelli across, zipped inside. Baker's shot right on, stopped by Sprents. Rebound loose. Renault had it, but now Beam, and all alone is Estrat. Penn Estrat. And it popped on Estrat's stick. So Estrat, usually sure-handed, had it invisibly taken it away. And Merry Christmas to the Bears here as they go back to it on offense. Atwood, Harrington. Renault underhand, steered aside by Sprents. Tracked down, fresh 20, 35 seconds left in a man advantage. Atwood Harrington's bullet just over top of the net. Baker's going to scoop it. McDonald chases him, kick back out. Harrington had a notion, got it back. Renault changes the angle, sprints to stop again. Perfectly placed to cut down that angle. Brampton now with just 10 seconds to kill here and a 2-goal lead to even things up. Ward, penalty over, team's back to full strength, 10 on the shot clock. Sutherland, isolated, tries to split two, good cross check, close it up. Snow picks it up and shovel ahead. And good job to regroup and haul it in as Paget. Beaver ducks back in, can't keep his footing, and handball will give it right back to Brampton. Matthews now is going to scoot over the timeline, 11 minutes to go here in this fourth quarter. 2-goal lead for Brampton. Offense filtering out now. McNabb has room. McNabb steps in, and if you don't come out on Jake McNabb, my goodness, if you don't know, you better ask somebody. McNabb at it one more time. Fourth time McNabb has found the back of the net. The lead now back to 3 for the Express. Off the draw, Beam finally gets a handle on one, gets it to LeBar. So Brampton now be a little more deliberate, got a little bit of a cushion, that 3-goal lead restored. Kick across, on the run, Janke, stopped though by Forbes. Forbes outlet pass, he'll loft it up. Lucas Beaver out the back door, but he's covered. And now Sanchez. Skips it across. Harrington going hard to the net, wide of the mark. Rebound, gathered. No reset, 10 on the shot clock. Ruddy. Sanchez ducks in around, sidearm wide. Rebound right on. So a couple good saves there by Sprents. And now Brampton will work it into the offensive end with Jones. Jones wrapped up. Hangs on to it, kicks it back out. Ward. Sutherland. Gets met with a good cross check there. Ward on the run. Weaves his way in. That one right on. Rebound. So big save there by Forbes. Bears going to try to run this one down. And looks like it's going to be a penalty, and it's going to go to Brett Stoller. So roughing call to Stoller with under 9.5 to go will give this lethal Brampton power play another opportunity. 3 for 4. And back at it again here. So the Bears not helping themselves. Got to be a little more disciplined here in this fourth quarter. Janke looking out to Ward. Tebow's going to bail them both out. Plenty of time on the shot clock. McNabb tried to go to the sidearm. Stopped, though, by Forbes. And now Costello going to have to go for a run. Snow up the middle. And he'll find Paget. Paget. 1.5 to go in the man short. Snow trying to duck his way in, swim his way closer. Diving, has that one stopped. And that's not going to work. Good try, though, Eddie Renault. And possession belongs to Trevor McDonald and the Express. Ward will settle things down. Ward's got a couple goals here in this game. Him and McNabb. McNabb has room now again. So if it takes you a while to get this lesson learned, It clearly is for the Bears as McNabb continues to dissect their defense with his 5th of the game. So another power play goal. That's 4 for the Express here. Sporting the best power play unit in the Arena Lacrosse League, and they're showing you why. Off the draw, Stevens comes away with that one. Sanchez will regroup. Harrington now over the timeline. So back to a 4-goal lead. Just when the Bears were getting a sniff, the Express turn it up a notch. Sanchez lets it go and had Sprents looking behind. Ball loose. Bears come away with it. Inside tight. Portelli over top of the net. Took a hard hit. And no call on the play. Brampton now will counter. Estrat. That shot and a hidden ball trick worked. So Janke had Stoller fall down. That was a distraction, obviously, to Forbes. And Estrat from way out finds the mark. You look at that play, and that play was brought so many years ago, typically by the teams from the reservation, Six Nations, so on. And if you're able to execute that, it has sort of taken on a life of its own. And if you think the hidden ball trick doesn't work anymore, you can ask anyone that plays any level of the game, it still does. Off the draw, Bears. They'll slow things up now. Under 7.5 to go here. And what looked like a promising run was answered very quickly by Brampton. Sanchez with 8 on the shot clock. Atwood. He's going to let it go. Chris Atwood got the Midas touch going today. 4th of the game for Addie Atwood. And the lead trimmed now to 4. So you look at this Arena Lacrosse League as we get prepared for the playoffs this week 11. 14-week regular season, so just 3 more regular season games to go. Every team will make the playoffs. And, of course, the bottom 4 teams play quarterfinals with a chance to advance. Ward looking on the half boards. He's going to go through a crowd right off the logo. Rebound. And a good battle there. Ferreira comes away with it and gives his team 20 more. That one knocked down, though. Ward with a great positioned hook. Beaver gets rolled on, but instead a good job by D'Amico. And he comes away with it, and the Bears now. Ruddy thought about it. Portelli swings it over Atwood. Atwood going to try to look for something. Kicks it across Renault. Renault duck it in. Passed off. Good rotation. 5 on the shot clock. Changes direction. Shovel! And it finds its way. Eddie Renault. Shovel in snow. 45 one more time. 3rd of the game. And with just under 6 minutes to go, the lead is back to 3. So a big play as the Bears, you got to like the fact that they've continued to battle here. Brampton has just come away with one answer after another, and that, of course, will take us to our final officials timeout. the ILA as we get set after our final officials timeout, just sorting out some disciplinary issues around the league that transpired in yesterday's game as the Express now looking for something. Sutherland, Tebow's underhand goes well wide. Sutherland tracks it down, no reset, swings it around Tebow again. Second touch, kick over McNabb from way out. Stop, rebound. Tebow again had it momentarily. Instead now the Bears with a chance to get over the timeline. They do. Snow, backdoor, Perry Smith trying to find a mark but can't, sprints. Atwood will bail him out with the flip. And they'll pull it back out top here, and Perry Smith slow to get up but manages to head to the bench on his own power. That's a good sign. He's just been stymied today by Sprents, and he has tried a number of different ways to find the back of the net. Sprents has denied each and every one. Bears going to work now on offense with Harrington. Atwood gets a step. Atwood to the far side. Easy save, Sprents. He'll look for the outlet on the run. Sprents will let it go backdoor. And it'll go up off the glass. And instead will go back the other way. So a good carom bounces in the favor of the Bears. And now Sanchez. Harrington. Renault, duck it in. Renault shot wide. He's not going to get to that one. That's going to be an over and back violation. And another man down here as Jordan Medeiros slow to get up, but seems to be okay. Shaken, not stirred. And he will make his way to the bench. So Brampton with possession, 4:35 to go here in this fourth quarter. A 3-goal lead. And if you're Ohsweken, you're going to need a stop here. Janke the inbounds, and they'll work it right over to the right side with Sutherland. Ferreira had a notion, kicks it back. They'll work it McNabb. He's been on fire. That shot blocked, deflected, and will go up and over the timeline. That's an over and back call, and the Bears now will pounce on it deep in the offensive end. So good defensive play by the Bears as McNabb seems everything that gets through finds the back of the net for him. Atwood just a bit too far out. Baker, swing, Beaver, bouncer off the shoulder pad, and that will bring it back for 20 more for the Bears. Ruddy, McDonald on him. Ruddy on the run, that bullet right off the shoulder pad. Good save, Sprents. McDonald now wrapped up. Going to work it over, gets it to the other McDonald. Trevor, down low, McNabb! Transition lacrosse right there, McDonald to McNabb. With 3:46 to go, Jake McNabb pockets his 6th goal of the game. He has been the difference. And I think he uncharacteristically got to the game a little late today. Didn't have time for his extended warm-up, but got the sights set after ringing off a couple of crossbars, and he's been money in the bank ever since. Sanchez with Matthews on him. He'll reverse course, get it ahead. Bears now. Renault with 3.5 to go. Bounce back out, kicks it over. That shot through a crowd never found its way by Paget. Rebound picked up. Again, 2 great saves by Sprents. Through the crease the call, but Sprents in tight, closing the door. And now it's Nate Jones. Ward. Ward has been quiet this half. On the dump off, McNabb tried to go same spot again. It's worked all game for him, but this time nothing doing, and now Stoller. Snow. Plenty of time in the shot clock. Looking for the skip, and a tough pass for Renault, as that's going to be gathered by Adamson. He's going to move it up quickly, McDonald. 2.5 to go here in the fourth. Ward, he'll settle in. No need to hurry. Time on the side of the Express. Ward had a notion, kicked it back. 10 on the shot clock. That shot from Janke right on, but an easy save made by Forbes. And now you got to push that emergency button if you're the Bears and look to tally a couple times quick. Sanchez gets a step on Horsley. Curls back out. Baker. They'll swing it around now, Renault. Renault gets a screen on the run, steered aside by Sprents. Rebound picked up Harrington. No look pass. Baker. Baker through a crowd. Can't get it through. Horsley knocked that down. Estrat battling in there. That's going to be a penalty. Baker lets it go. Went 5-hole, but a good job by Sprents to get the basket right there. So it's going to be a late power play opportunity for the Bears, as holding the call. And it's going to go to Horsley with 1:38 to play here. They've Atwood with the inbounds, trailing by 4. 2 power play goals in this game by the Bears. That one steered aside on a good shot by Portelli. Renault going to work his way in, shovel back. Perry Smith again, put everything he had into it, stopped again by Sprents. Estrad, and that's going to be an interference call for sure. An easy call right there. Good job by Estrat, and he'll work it up. Pressure by the Bears as they pin McDonald on the boards. Everyone in on the party. Still loose. McDonald battling for it, and it's going to be Costello that comes away with it. My bad. Boss. Into the final minute, final 35 seconds. Atwood lets it go. That pellet right on. Renault the save. Renault, his bouncer stopped. And Matthews now with 22 seconds left, and Colin Matthews not going to be in a hurry, and I think the opportunity that the Bears had came late third, early fourth. They weren't able to capitalize when they could. A couple of ill-timed penalties, and that is going to spell their demise, as the Express are going to come away with a 14-10 win. That's going to be their 6th in a row. They're going to up their record now to 8-3. The Bears fall to 1-10. And that is going to put a wraps on Week 11 in the Arena Lacrosse League. The good one here. On behalf of JVI Productions, the Arena Lacrosse League, I'm Lance Wynn. We will see you next week for Week 12.